Business District in a notice issued by the County Director of Parking, Tom Tinega. The parking charges will be hiked from the current 200 shillings in what many motorists say will make car ownership an expensive affair. Our reporter Brenda Kirubo is in the CBD to gauge views of the bus drivers and motorists. Brenda, how is it in town? Big day one of the hike. From the spot check that you have done, what have you seen?
Good morning, Michelle. Of course, I should let you know that it's actually not so bad. That's are the sentiments that we are seeing so far. I mean, we did look at some of the streets. We're currently at Kenyatta Avenue. I mean, the parking slot here is usually full by around 8 a.m. in the morning. However, today we have about 40 cars that have parked here. Usually about 60 cars can be allowed to park here. But today we have seen relatively about 40 cars that have already parked here. Other streets that we visited earlier, I mean, we did see there's not a lot of traffic in terms of the number of cars that are there. But the people we spoke to, including the city council officers who are actually collecting the fees, indicate they expected the situation to actually be worse, just like here in Kenyatta Avenue. But they're saying, hey, we should give ourselves at least up to 1 p.m. to see how the situation will pan out. But altogether, they're saying, well, relatively, it's not so bad. It looks like motorists do not have any worries when it comes to paying the increment, and they're saying, okay, you know what, let's just come with our cars and see how it goes. Joining me now is a motorist who has just driven in, and he should be able to give us more insights in relation to this. Thank you, sir, for taking your time and joining us for the program. I mean, I've just seen you drive in, but you kept on shaking your head. Why is this?
Thank you. My name is Edward Okwaro. This is my parking, actually daily parking, and I'm actually surprised today. I was asking myself, one day was a public holiday, and I only realized that yesterday it was a day where the government in the county increased the fees. We really want, me particularly, I've not yet paid the parking up to now. I really want to know whether it is a reality or it was just something which is still in the planning. Those are the things we are first of all asking ourselves. Yeah.
Well, it looks like it is the reality. It is the reality. But I should ask you, if of course, you have to now increase it by 200 shillings, does it mean that you will leave your car at home, or you're just okay with this?
In every situation, you have to fit in life because you cannot stop other things. If it is the job which is making you to drive to town, and it requires a vehicle, then you'll have to come with your car. But if that job does not require a vehicle or a car to come to town, then the best thing is to leave it in the parking at home and come with the matatu. But I also don't think whether the matatus will be available because it is the same scenario to them, because the same fee has been increased on the side of matatus. So it's going to be a bit difficult for the common 1 inch. That's what I can say.
Just talk to me a little bit about how this will impact your budget. Because as you see now, you would have to part with at least 1,000 shillings more, up to 1,000 at least 500 shillings more. How will this impact your budget? And will you have to adjust accordingly?
There are some times you cannot even adjust because the economy itself has forced us to go that direction. Unless if the county actually tries to look at people who have actually brought them to these offices, if they should actually consider, yes, why do we go that direction where a common man suffers, a common lady down there suffers, who requires to come to town probably to look 1 or 2 things and go back home. So it's going to be a bit difficult even for our budgets. Looking at the school fees is coming tomorrow. Me, I would actually even ask, if possible, maybe some of these programs be implemented after this year. That will be a bit fine. But what I know, the budgets are going to be affected. That is true.
Well, according to the government, this is a measure that is meant to increase taxes. Do you buy into this?
No, I'm not buying that because this is not the only way you can increase taxes. This is not a way you can collect taxes from people because there are so many ways you cannot affect a human being. You will not feel if you go that other directions. But if you come directly to my life, then it means I will be affected. It's just like you're injecting me. medicine which does not actually fit myself. Yeah.
There are also other areas that were highlighted. Of course, this being zone 1, right at the city center, the increment is 400 shillings, is at least you'll have to part with 400 shillings. There are other areas like Yaya Center where you'll be paying 200, and other much lower zones where you'll be paying at least 100 shillings. Will this also mean that when you're going to those specific areas that you will also have to part with this? Does it mean that you will feel restricted and say, wait, I'm just going to stick at the city center and maybe reduce my businesses to other zones that have also been increased when it comes to the parking fees?
Yeah, obviously, some people will look at options. If it's like if your business can stay in Yaya, where you pay parking fee of 200, and you can do your business that side, then you can do that, so that you can actually avoid some other risks in the city. So it's better you move areas where you think it is inconvenience. It's actually good. It's actually not taking much from your pocket, because looking at even the businesses we are doing, there's nothing you are earning much. At the end of the day, you are sharing the same capital, and you remain like you did not do anything. Yeah, so it is better you will go somewhere which is a bit accommodative.
And even as we finish, are you worried that we will see more increment even in the near future?
Looking at the taxes or looking at the borrowing the government actually taken outside, the government is looking all avenues to pay these loans. So obviously I'm thinking the worst is coming ahead, unless there is something done to avoid it, but I know the worst is coming ahead of us.
Thank you so much for taking time to talk to us. I mean, Michelle, those are just some of the sentiments that are coming in for motorists. They're saying that it is sort of a necessary evil that we have to deal with. We have to pay, otherwise we don't have a choice. Our businesses are at stake. We have to get much closer to our business-specific sectors where we are based. So, I mean, those are just some of the concerns that are worrying over here. I should, however, note the fact that not everybody is a loser when it comes to this game. I mean, we did see when we walked earlier on right up that there are some private parking slots, and speaking to those people who are in charge over there, they're saying actually it's a win for us. They're saying that, hey, there are still people who are willing to park their vehicles here, and we are actually seeing more activity, more cars being parked in those specific areas, because like I told you earlier, they're charging 300 shillings because it is private parking. So they're saying it's actually a win for us, because the people who actually park in the public places will now move their vehicles to the private places. So they're saying we like it. It's a good thing for us. And by the time we left there, I mean, the parking place was actually more or less quite full.
All right.
And reaching here, of course, we did see the deficit come into play. Akisa?
All right, Brenda, thank you. I believe we'd still be keeping an eye on that, but I should also mention that Michelle is still on leave.